It's Friday, so you know that means it's time for another installment of Find Me Nigga Fridays. And today we're not talking about the niggas that I found. We're gonna talk about the niggas that these people found online. Oh, let's go through every couple on Never Ever Met because I have beef with honestly everybody. Okay, we're gonna start off time with Cinco and Jay because I already lit Jay up in the last video. So if you want to see my actual critique of her as a woman, just press the comment. But Cinco is 30, and I'm guessing that they're trying to assume that Jay is 30, but she looks way older than he is. And they've been dating 5 months. My biggest issue with them as a couple is that they stay in everybody's business. They are gossiping. They are way more invested in everybody else's relationship than their own, which is a big red flag. Like, you have this opportunity to meet somebody that you're supposedly in love with, and you waste your time talking about everybody else's relationship. Okay, moving on. Okay, now we're moving on to Brittany and Ty, and this is going to be a long segment in this video. Now, they have only been dating for 3 months, which actually makes sense with their dynamic. Ty is the man, and he is 38, and Brittany is 41. Not too much of an age difference, but he is so immature. My biggest red flag about Ty was there was another woman on the cast, Alicia. We'll get to her in a minute. She has a chronic illness, which she did not reveal to the cast, but she has dietary restrictions. One of the assignments that all of the couples had to do was to cook for the household. He never even considered to ask people if they had dietary restrictions as a grown adult man. And when she advocated for herself, Alicia, he yelled in her face. As a woman, Brittany should have left right there because there is no way that I see my man disrespect another woman and I'm okay with it and I'm going to still pursue him. That was the biggest red flag. Now, that same behavior, he then started dealing with Brittany in that same way. Anytime they had a disagreement, he's talking over her, he's cutting her off, he's acting like a child. You can see why he is single. Now, the biggest issue with them is you can tell that like physical touch is a big love language for Ty, but as you see, they're not dating for that long, so Brittany is not comfortable with him. They're just now even laying eyes on one another, and he's a big people pleaser. He has been like cooking for the household after their assigned time to cook for everyone. He's making sure everybody has drinks. He's making sure everybody's good except for Brittany. He wanted to be seen as a good guy so bad that he ignored the reason why they were there. And when she brought that up to him, he felt attacked, got defensive, and started arguing with her. She did the right thing by leaving. Like, I don't understand how you can be a grown adult, have this opportunity, and then waste it like hanging out with the guys, men that you've never even met before. He's a loser. Now we are on to Alexis and Chris. Now, Alexis and Chris have the biggest age gap out of everybody on the cast. Alexis is 47 and Chris is 35, and Chris needs to run. The biggest red flag is they had a exercise about consent. They were blindfolded, they were painting one another. She refused to ask his permission on how he would like his body to be touched. And she made jokes about it. And I still don't appreciate that. They did go to counseling and they learned a little bit more about like each other's backgrounds and why they behave the way they do. But there's certain things just like a person to person level of respect that she does not give to him. Yeah, I don't see them lasting very long. And I feel like he's a good guy and he's invested and that's why he's staying. But I think he can do so much better than her. Like, I already don't understand the age gap and him wanting to be with someone that older. But, you know, good luck. We then move on to the realest girl on the cast, Tati and Clay. Okay, now they have been dating for 8 months, and Tatiana is 30, I believe, and Clay is 28. I didn't realize that he was younger than her, which makes sense. You can tell Clay is the type of guy that has been popular his whole life. Like, loves to be the center of attention. Now, the biggest red flag about them is Clay has a secret baby. He reveals it to the rest of the cast, but he does not tell her. So the whole time she is going around, nobody's telling her. See, and that's why I had an issue with Jay, because you're so invested in everybody else's relationship, but you wouldn't even tell somebody that's wasting their time with their partner, but you want to be invested. So, but like, he just continues to lie to her. He has a secret child. He's very immature. And like, everybody on the cast also gets the chance to bring somebody to the house, just, you know, to make them feel comfortable. He brings his porn star best friend. She brings her mom. Like, you can just tell the difference in maturity. She did the right thing by leaving, but like, she was so nice that she was gonna like stay so they could make money off of this opportunity, and he was so immature that he could not even make it through the night after like receiving any type of criticism. And the criticism was valid. You have a secret child. Like, what is wrong with you? And I'm not even going to get into the behavior of the best friend, because that's just a microcosm of like how he feels. He was never serious about this process, and he was never serious about her. And I'm glad that she realized that before it was too late. This is the beautiful Alicia that I was referring to before. Alicia is 36 and Irvin is 44. Any man that's over 40 who's not in a relationship, he's the problem. Like, that's just my rule of thumb, because like, how do you get here? Now, you can tell they had different expectations for their relationship just at the outset. Now, they've only been dating for 5 months, and they've only been dating virtually. But he expected her to be all up on him as soon as they met. And I guess physical touch is a big thing for him as well, but to discount her, like, just comfort level is actually insane. Like, he took it as an attack that she didn't want to be all up on him, and she just wanted to actually learn him as a person. Like, she came in this very mature, and he did not. I also didn't like that whole situation with Ty. He did not have her back. He actually said, "Oh, I know she was the problem." Not to mention, he wanted to reveal her chronic illness to the entire world and to the group without her consent. And when she said, "Oh, no, I don't want to do that," and a third party, like a therapist, even said, "Hey, she's trying to get your attention and tell you no," he kept going. So he even just rephrased what he wanted to say, but still revealed way more of her information than she wanted to disclose. And I didn't like that. He constantly disrespected her boundaries. And then when they were like finally deciding to leave, he came up with a lie about his ex and saying that he wanted to pursue his ex. And like, he was just very childish, and you could tell that if he didn't have things his way, he was going to do anything to try to hurt her. So I'm glad she realized that early and knew her worth and left. Good job, girl. Okay, now we do have Kiki and Brandon. And Kiki and Brandon are the only couple on here where I thought their like ages made sense for them to even be in this situation. They have been dating for 4 years. She's a larger girl. She's 28. He's 30. But one thing I didn't like is, and I don't think it was ever discussed, is I don't think he understands like her level of insecurity just being that size. She's a beautiful woman, and he clearly loves her for like who she is, but I don't think he realizes like how the world looks at her is not the way he looks at her, and she's navigating two things at once that he's not understanding. And then he was very super critical about her drinking, which she did admit that she did have an issue, but like the forum that they're in is like kind of a party house. You're in a mansion on a TV show. Like, why would you expect her to show up as if she's coming to a 9 to 5? Like, they did get this all discussed in therapy, which I appreciated them even having the maturity to want to pursue and like find, have those difficult conversations. I was very excited about this relationship. I think both of them are great people. I forgot to say that Kiki was dating her ex at a certain point while she was dating Brandon, but given their ages and the fact that they've never met, I feel like that's par for the course, and that he can't really have the expectation of complete faithfulness. So I hope they're growing together. Woo-hoo-hoo. We have Charlie and Jared now. Charlie, hold on, let me scroll up. Charlie is 34 and Jared is 32. Now, both of these people have secret babies. Which is crazy to say. But we find out in that same consent exercise that she is mixed race, and that's a big insecurity with her. And we all know how I feel about mixed race people. They be delusional. And the fact that she thought she could hide a child from him, multiple children from him, is part of that delusion. Now, I feel like he's playing this right. And I put that with like an asterisk, because he's smart to say, "I'm not going to deal with 6 kids. Like, that's does not make sense for my life." And he's expressing that, and he wants to finish the process so he can get a check. I only think his only misstep is not being completely honest with her. I feel like he's not being completely honest because he knows that she'll probably not want to finish the process with him. So, I mean, there's a way to have delicate conversations, but I feel like he's playing it as best he can given the circumstances. I don't think he's being super malicious.